Hey guys, and how's it going? I think for today's project we're going to go mix it up a little bit. Something I haven't done in a while, but I've done a bunch of, is making customized bicycles, or bicycles that are gas powered, electric powered, that kind of thing. I've probably done about 9 or 10, and I haven't done one in a while, probably about 2 years or so. I was watching someone else's videos, and Project Farm as a matter of fact, and he had a 4-stroke kit that he put on a bike. He did some comparisons to them. And I've done a couple of the little China, they call them China doll 2-strokes. And I've always wanted to try one of the 4-stroke ones. So I ordered a kit. And this is the kit. Let's go open it up and get an idea what we got. And go from there. I grabbed yeah, thick manual, huh? 3 pages long. I've grabbed some of the 2-stroke ones in the past, like I said, and they were, the problem with them, they buzz so much that they like literally rattle your teeth loose. Chain. Looks like the kit for the rear wheel. And should be an engine. That should be, and I don't know. A mounting plate. Looks like a front sprocket setup. Bet you the engine's a little fatter. Rear sprocket. And looks like a tensioner. Let's get the fuel filter. Alright, let's go see what we got for an engine. I believe it's supposed to be 50 cc's. And the other ones are 66. Come on out. Overhead valve, it looks like. And I should need a blade for the last box. I'll go open that one up, see what's in there. Gas tank. I'm feeling we're probably not going to use this gas tank. We're going to go make up our own. And again, I kind of like doing stuff that's customized, not just putting a kit on a bike. I like to try to take it a little bit further than that. That weighs about 2 ounces. All right. Get a better look at the engine. Let's see what we got for a paper trail. Making sure it's got oil in it. Air filter. Starting the engine. I think we could pretty much figure most of this stuff out on our own. Just saying. A little exploded view. Even has part numbers. I don't know if they're going to be available, but the kit was 160, 170 delivered. I think the China doll ones are like 110 around there. And here's in the specs. Yeah, 49 or 53. I'm not sure which one that one is of these two. Hopefully it's that one. Alright. Enough of that. What's this one? Installation. I think we'll be able to figure that one out too, but just in case. I guess those are those numbers. Now we'll look at the engine. Let's see what we got for an engine. Kind of looks like a little baby Honda clone, doesn't it? Like a miniature version of a Honda 5-horse. Looks like it's got a Tecumseh carb on it, or like what you would find on like a 5-horse snowblower. Made in Japan, not China. Looks like it probably has a centrifugal clutch here maybe, and maybe a gear reduction inside there, then an offset to get the sprocket back in line with the rear tire. This assembly is so wide. That's why it's got the wide crank, I bet you, to clear the pedals, because it's so wide. And then we got a mounting plate for it. Think they shipped it with oil? think they did. It's got oil on it. Well, at least it doesn't leak, right? You made it over on the slow boat, sitting sideways, and it didn't leak out of it. That's a good sign. And I think it's pretty much self-contained. Other than adding fuel, they'll probably just fire right up on the bench. All right, let's go score some bikes at my house and go pick it. Grab some of that stuff and bring it over here. We're gonna go start off. We're gonna go grab ourselves some of these derelict bikes that are back here, and use those to possibly pick from for our little project we got going on. That should do it to start anyway. We still have this to pick through. So many choices. So we're not really interested in putting anything on a mountain bike, but I got these 4 frames over here. These are all victims that can be used. If not, we can kind of go with something else. But let's go try fitting that on there and see if it'll be close to any, especially those smaller frames, if it'll fit on any of those. Well, this one I wouldn't suspect it should be an issue at all, just because it's got so much room in it. I think it sits. I don't know if this is supposed to go. Actually, I would say right about, if I got to line up to the rear sprocket, probably sit right about there. You can see why they extend that crank so much, huh? All right. Yeah, I'm not giving this one much hope, huh? Yeah. Unless we were able to cut that bottom tube out of there. I have a feeling this bike's aluminum though. Let's go. Yeah. So. That one's not going to be easy to work with. I think we'll pass on that one too. These are all yard sale victims. You see a bike for 20 bucks or something in a yard sale that I find it's pretty cool. Go for it. Let's go see what this one does. That one I suspect the same thing too, but that one should be steel. You could always change that rear, that lower. Yeah, that's gonna. I think we're going to be stuck with the bigger frames. This one's a chopper too. This one's actually got a decent value, believe it or not. I know it looks like crap, but it's actually a very popular bike. One more and then we'll go to the crap in the back of the truck. And these were like a knockoff that they made, I want to say like late 90s. Kind of like when those OCC choppers started coming out. Yeah, we'd have to get rid of that whole frame assembly. It would have to come so far down here, or unless we stretch it. Do we have enough height? Especially if we get rid of that middle tube. You know what's going to happen though? That tire's so fat in the back that we probably want to be about right here. Not that I don't think we can't cut that down, but I don't know. Something like this might be better suitable for like a chainsaw engine. Can make their own drivetrain. Then there's this pile, which I think we're probably going to be better off. It's kind of the same as that blue bike, but if we're going to chop stuff up, maybe we'll be better off kind of going for these. That's a girl's. Not that we can't cut the top tube out of it and move it. This is a Schwinn with a Springer front end. Schwinn. I don't know what this is. Probably like a Columbia or something. And this is another girl's bike. What's this one? It's got a funky little gas tank on that Murray. Just the lights and stuff in front. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe we'll just start. I got a box of parts that came with this one too. Let's go throw this one up on the bench. Take a peek at it. See if we can work with it on its side a little bit. So that's going to have a mounting plate, roughly probably that way another inch. This is a good starting point for us, and we can probably work with possibly making this like a gas tank later on, or fit a gas tank inside, or maybe one on top. I also kind of like the paint that's on here too. I think if we clean it up and oil it, it'll have a decent look to it. It's got a name or something right there. I'm gonna go grab one of the front tires off the other bike. We'll get a tire on it and we'll get it so that it can stand up on its own, and maybe we'll try to get that motor mounted. We think the chances are that's gonna take air. I should say keep air in it. And we may not want to push our luck much more past that. Let's really push our luck. I think the rating on that tire is about 3 psi. You can lift it up and see the tube on the inside of it. Is that a good sign? Pay no attention to the hemorrhoid. I think I'm about 2 pounds too many. I think it's got 2 pounds in it. Down boy. Good place for tape. Perfect. There we go. At least we've got something we can kind of get an eyeball on, you know. So let's go see how that's going to want to fit. I want to say probably something like that. We're definitely going to have to make that look older, huh, to match the bike. Yeah, nothing some black paint can't fix. Let's go grab that mounting plate that came with it. Throw that, I think it grabs on right here. We'll throw that on and try to bolt it up a little bit better. Well, that's a nice snug fit. It's adjustable. You got 3 bolt holes on each side of here. Use 2 of them. You can slide them in and out, and it looks like the same offset for left and right. Yeah. Let's go see what this kind of lines up on it. Should probably throw a bolt or 2 in there to keep it from flopping onto the floor. I just shoved a block of wood in the top to keep it from racking from side to side. You can definitely see the width of the pedal assembly where it's going to be an issue. You know, that one's going to smash right into the red part of the cover. And if this one was to come around, can we turn it? Well, that one can snake underneath it. Let's go take a look at one of 2 things we could do. Either we can put the sprocket on the back, or we could screw with the crank. You know, we're just trying to mock everything up and get an idea what we want to go with. It fits the frame pretty good though, huh? As far as its spatial. Just everything's crap though. All the hardware and everything is just absolute junk. Let's see what we got for the crank setup. I'm sure this stuff is more for like a modern bike, not a 70-year-old bike. Yeah. I know what that is, and that is. I don't know what that is. What are they? You think they're just caps on the end? Yeah, probably. That's fairly wide. So it looks like we're gonna go like that. Ooh, she's gonna be a big girl, huh? Yeah. I get the strange feeling that this stuff is not gonna work with what we have for crank components. So where does that go? Right there. And set screwed down. I bet we probably flip it either direction, depending on what we want for an offset. Yeah, I have a feeling that crank is not going to want to play well, because I don't see these being the correct diameter for what I have on the bike. Let's go find out. Not sure if they're left or right-handed thread. Let's. I gotta get a little screwdriver to tap that one out and about. So we want, which way do we go? Tight was loose, right? Yeah. Damn it. Should be a washer in front of that. There it is. Bet you these bearings are a little on the patinaed side of things. When I was a kid, parents, other than like junk bikes that we put together, my parents bought me a new bike for Christmas, and all the kids had like, we called them spider bikes, muscle bikes, like Schwinn orange crate and all that kind of stuff. My parents bought me a Columbia single speed red, pretty much like this but in Columbia Fate, and I was so upset I didn't get a Schwinn. I got like what they would have had when they were a kid. And now fast forward, here I am running around putting bikes together. The bike that they gave me, I think I gotta pop the race out to get that to go. Get the bearing out. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, so this style was set to thread into a cage that's down here that we do not have. Now what do we do? Good. Nail it. Get the welder. I just threw it in there. I think what we're going to end up doing is we'll probably find one of those bikes that have that kind of centerpiece, and we'll just cut it right out, and hopefully we could slip it right inside of there and then weld it to it and just kind of convert that over. That sucker's wide, huh? See it where we need to clear the engine. All right, let's go assemble that back sprocket on the back tire. We'll get that on there. We'll kind of get an idea how chains and stuff are going to line up. What I'm steering for is just trying to get power to the back tire and then pedal power to the back tire. Once we got that committed and once we get that confirmed where we want them, then we can start moving stuff around and customizing and going from there. They look bad though, huh? Ugly color, but I think it fits the lights getting you. I think it fits the frame pretty good. I'm liking the idea of a gas tank right here. Yeah, it's more like that style. Or that one. I don't want to tear any of these bikes apart. I'm going to go look back at my scrap pile. See what I got. See what I can come up with. Like that would be good if we can just take that and just cut it right off. And we could shim it to where it fits that opening in. Next obstacle is that going to fit? Actually, we're going to need to go over that other dust cap, don't we? that wide. I don't see that happening. Actually, it might be spaced out a little bit. Let's go get this thing off, the brake arm out of the way, and see how it snugs up to it. There's like 4 or 5 different ways to orientate this stuff. I would say these probably have to go under the spokes. Something like that. Then we sandwich. And I think we sandwich a piece of rubber, the sprocket. I think then a piece of rubber. Yes, no, maybe? What do you think? Think there's a piece of rubber behind there? Yeah, I bet you that's it. Bet you we're supposed to... No, we have to cut it. Well, is that a bad thing? I can tell it's a tire. It's like a used tire it was made out of too. I'll ponder. And what are the chances that those holes are going to want to line up in between each one of those spokes? Let's see. Oh, no, that one's no good right there. I actually think we might make it. A couple of them are a little close right there, but let's go get the other halves on. I'll get them all sandwiched together. See what it does. So we need that on that side. The sprocket can go either way, I guess. We're going to make sure that those teeth can clear the tire with the chain. Let's go with that. I'd rather try to suck it a little bit more inboard if I can. I don't know if they're going to be... Let me take a peek at the frame real quick, but I don't... Again, it's mocked up. It's all going to come apart anyway. We'll put it together like that. How was that for a indecision? Get them all started. I don't know if we just eyeball that. Actually, you know what I don't have? I don't have that center cone in there. Not going to matter. And the other thing too is, where's the brake lever? I should probably check and see if that should be here. What'd you do with it? Yeah. Actually, it may suck down. I would actually think it would. We have to. We'll just kick a bend in this so that it comes away from it a little bit. To tighten them up. I'm going to put a socket in the center as like a spacer. Try to maintain the gaps that are on it. I'm just going to run around, suck all them down. They're jam nuts, so that's why it's going down slow. And try to do that, and then the other part is keep it from wobbling that away. Let's see how it came out. A little bit. I don't know if it's this line that's going up and down and the teeth are okay. Because the problem is the chain's going to get tight and loose. It actually looks like these are okay. Looking at the tip there, I think just the stamping of that is maybe a little kitty wampus. Let's try it this way now. Not bad. It looks like it's got like a double womp womp to it. I wouldn't think it's going to throw a chain rather. It is going to throw a tire. Nothing wrong with that. Makes it easy to check your tubes. See how that brake lever makes out? Yeah, man. That should be fine too. This wheel has to come apart, and the bearings are real growly. Again, still just mocking it up. At this point, I think we might be better off without the tube and tire. Just saying. I was kind of using it for the gap, how much clearance we needed, but I don't think it's got many miles left in it. All right, black wall or white wall? I got 2 of each. It's got some white, some rust color. Which one's going to look better? Black or white? And nothing but the best for my builds. Where's that valve stem? It's always the last place you look, right? Yeah, they put. I'm going to do that to give us a fighting chance at the spoke ends. It's like stabbing away at what's left of that tube. You didn't get your choice, did you? That's alright. I kind of like they sell like an all white tire. Kind of looks like an old motorcycle would have on it. I've done them on 2. So we'll see after it's all together. Again, we're just trying to mock stuff up and see what's going to clear and not clear. This will give us a better idea color-wise too. There is some like white pinstriping on the frame and then the tire, then the rim too. That may or may not work with it. Might be too much in one color, you know. Pinch it to get in there. Voila. This tire's off one of those yard carts. Good enough for now. So the tread seems like it's kind of more squared off, maybe. Probably just regular bicycle tire, who knows. But the rims that were on it were real heavy. Nah, this rocket's moving up and down a little bit. We'll leave it alone for now. I say next we go for chain. Pop that master link out of there. That does not look like it's going to be long enough. Get that link out of there, see if we can get that stretched across. There is a tensioner that goes on there too. I'd really like to see if we can set it up without it, because there's no rear suspension. It really doesn't. It's just another link to go bad, you know. Oh, go, no. See, well, that looks worse. Should probably get a tie wrap or something for that. We get a tie wrap just to tie those on there, so it'll work. We can eyeball it. Not the most zeroed in, but that gives us an idea. Looking at where the tire, the chain's hitting the tire, and it's all racked, but we could probably kick the tire a hair that way and maybe even kick the motor over a little. I was worried about, again, we could flip the sprocket over the other way. It'll bring the offset out this way a hair. But I'm worried about, I don't know if it gets in there or not, where it meets that frame right there, the gap right in there. Now we're going to start getting close to the metal part of it. I think we'll just maybe leave it where it is for now. I don't want to take any links out to a permanent. I should probably get this taken care of, and we could hook the pedal part of it up. Once I think we get that squared away, we can kind of permanent eyes some of the other stuff. I think I'm going to go back to the house, go find another donor bike that I don't mind cutting the center crank out of it. And we'll slip it inside there, pop those races out and slip it inside there. Yeah, because until we get where this sprocket needs to go, I don't have a height set on that engine. I think it's sitting a little too low right now, and that's going to affect the tension of that chain. And the next victim is probably this one, huh? That looks like, jeez, get crushed. Well, it looks like it might be the correct thing. Go to grab that one. Maybe we should grab two just in case. Just in case. So hopefully that is going to be the same size thread as that. Let's get this crank arm off of there, unthread that, and hopefully it'll fit. I wonder if actually maybe this stem will fit inside there, even if it is different. See that funky brake linkage on here? Goes there to a pivot from a rod, goes up there to a pivot, another pivot up to the handlebars, and to a lever up there. Wanted to use that on something. That's when I saw this at the yard sale. I go, that's pretty cool. All right, back to where we were. So you can get that. Actually, you don't even have to hammer it off. I was going to put up a fight. All right, you want to take a screwdriver and a hammer?
I'm going to need a spanner wrench to try to get on there, I think. I'll pick up one.
Right tool for the right job. Surprised I had it. Thought that would have dropped right out of there. I guess not. Let's go see if that's the same thread size. Looks close. Because it is close. Awesome. Good. I'm going to gut it. I'm going to cut this all off of here, and we're going to get this little piece out. See if we can clean up some of the crap that's in those threads. It's like paint and rust. Go punch those races out. I'm gonna go see, possibly we could find a piece of pipe that can bridge the gap in between there. See if they protrude in there at all. That front one a little bit. Let me see if something to scab around that possibly. A little can of goodies. Can't be that easy, can it? No. Maybe. Bet you if I clean this thing up on a belt sander a little bit, either that or we could slice it and get some room in there. That was too easy. Alright. Don't complain about too easy, right? My kind of girl. That's only half the battle. I think that's good enough to work with, though. I actually wondered maybe we should just split it and then let it grow a little. Yeah. That'll help take up the slack on that. Height. The other thing is, yeah. How wide is that compared to? That's about the exact same thing. So we're going to be a little shy on that one, which means it's going to be a little. If we split the difference. What if we cut it in half? We make two of them. We just put them to the outside. Good idea. Thanks. Probably could have just took those caps too and egged them out, but you know, we could have probably done one of those, but I don't know. This might work a little bit better. I think I'd be close enough for us to weld anyhow. The only thing is you've got to watch you don't get the threads. Where's the other one? All right. Like that. And the other one on the other side. Get on there. Let's get this out of the way and we'll grab that crank set up and we'll plop it into place. Make sure we got no issues before we commit to the welder. So I put it all together. This cap you run down all the way, and this one's the adjuster, and it's got a GM nut on the outside. I think I got it tight. Yeah, so you run this one in so that you have no play, and then you run this collar. Are you even looking? Got this collar that runs in and then locks it in place. There's no grease in there yet, but we need the sprocket on that side. I think our best bet maybe we'll weld it here and here. We'll weld these two caps to this piece on the inside. We'll put it in and maybe we'll drill some holes through the frame and we'll plug weld through the center of them. That way you can kind of keep the welds away from the threads. I'm afraid that, you know, that's just how much room you got to grab it is right there. So I don't want to be hitting that with weld and screwing that up. Let's get that. And roughly where it goes, we need petals. I'll go put the petals in the sprocket on. I put that in there, but there's an issue. It's if you eyeball down two sprockets, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Hold on. You can see the front one is about 3/4 of an inch to the right more than the other one is. And that's with that being centered. You know what I could do though? I could maybe flip the two rings around. As I'm looking, you can see all the threads. If I put that collar on the other side, can I shift it that way a little? Yeah, it might work. I'm talking about if I take this, put it on the other side, and let the offset go that direction. But even with that, I don't think it's going to be enough. I think we're going to have to shift that. It needs to be really right about there. Just about where it. Yeah, right about there is where it needs to be. Now you can see how much is sticking out the other side. I'm going to take that apart and go fondle a little bit more. And if we got to weld it to the off center, we just weld it off center. It's a good thing that we checked, right? I guess the other option is too, we could probably even just, with a flat is that locks the front sprocket on. If we grind it down more this way, then we can just let the whole sprocket slide over. But yeah, let me go swap that around and see if that'll work for us. I got that flipped around, but you can still see about under a ½ inch of metal sticking out of that side. And we're pretty lined up there. I'm still kind of debating whether we should grind on that to let that sprocket kick in a little bit more. The pedals look okay. It looks like they'll clear the engine all right. Especially that side. Of course, it's leaning like that. It's got to come over. I'm going to go and clean up that crank and drill some holes in it. And I'll figure it out when I weld it. How's that? Something like that. So I got 2 holes there, 2 on the other side. Got a tack, and I should be able to buzz it all the way around there actually. That should do it. But I'll do that off camera because you guys don't have your proper safety equipment for your eyeballs. Ready to ride a miracle mile. Just listen to those Chinesian bearings. Smooth. We dig up a piece of chain, we'll hook up the back wheel, and then we got to screw around. I guess would be our next thing is trying to figure out this mounting setup. I hate it. I think we might hit it with the metal glue gun too to cure its wobbly woes. Grab the used chain. I don't hear any clicking or clacking. That's good. That's brakes. I think that part's all set. Probably take a little bit more play out of the bearings. Again, we're just mocking everything up right now. I'm happy with that. The back wheel's back all the way. I think if we put a new chain on it, it may kind of bump it up a little. So the adjustment for this one is sliding the wheel back and forth, and on the other one, the plate has some play it can go back and forth on. So I gotta decide whether I want to weld that fixed or not. It has an idler too, but again, yeah, the idler sucks. I'd rather get rid of it. Well, I think we could use that plate with the 2 extensions. I was thinking of getting rid of these blocks. I think we'd be okay with those. But we're just going to weld that right to the frame, That way, I tighten these down, but I have slack each direction, so I could probably move it back and forth. I don't know, 3/4 of an inch maybe, around there. So that should give us a decent amount of chain adjustment, and then it has it so you can slide the motor left and right. I'm not sure about. I'm looking at the racking of it. I don't know if we want to take it and kind of maybe should we tilt it forward a little. I want to lengthen the bike. I don't know if I'm going to cut that lower piece of the frame and stretch it, the front down tube, or I'm just going to take those forks, heat them up, and give them more of a rake to them. Maybe a combination of both. Just not sure yet. So that'll make probably the front end drop down a little bit. And the other thing is I have a weird backstory on this bike. So a friend of mine called me, older gentleman, in his 80s, and he's the guy, Wizard Joe. I don't know if you guys will remember the Wizard bikes we were running around on one of the videos. That's Wizard Joe, and he called me up and he goes, I got some stuff for you. He gave me a couple of pieces. One was this frame and some other bits that were on the bike that were taken off. So he gave me those, and then he sold me some other pieces. Not quite sure why he took it apart, but he does the Wizard bikes, and those are, they're $6,000-7,000 bikes. The ones that he has, they're immaculate. They're from the 50s, correct everything. But this one was not up to par for doing what he wanted to do. Anyway, he's cleaning it out, and that's why I ended up with it. Let's go look upstairs, see what we got for extra parts, and see what we can put on this to make it look, and how it's going to look with that engine in that place, I guess. So over here, in this pallet, some of the stuff that I brought over that was from it. We need a seat, we'll bring that down. Not all this stuff is from that bike, this is just a pile of, that's from it. I'd like to get that back on there. That's the rack that was on the back of it. We need handlebars. They look too small though. Lights. Reflectors. We're not going to use those. And what we got? That's too shiny for this job. But we'll keep that. That's a drive for. That's for a whizzer right there. That's the belt drive for the back wheel. Don't know what those struts are for. Front end. Might be for this. Sure. Gas tank. Ooh. Not sure if that's for that bike. We'll bring that downstairs too. Yeah, it looks like a whole nother front end. There's pieces. These are probably pieces from it too. Yeah. Those are cool. I need pedals. I see pedals. I should have just brought the whole box down, huh? What's that? Sorry for making you guys sick. Possibly that. We'll hold on to that. Oh, check this out. That's a siren. Goes against the wheel and whistles. It whips around. Pedals are left and right. You need to set. One thread's left, one thread's right. See, there's an L and an R in the middle of them. Which set looks better? There's got another pile in there too. Is that it? We done? That's for a lathe. That should be in there. Another seat. That's too small. That's for girl ass. And more of a front end. Looks like I probably got a whole nother Springer front end and pieces in there. Alright. Let's go bring down some stuff. Let's go see what looks. This is probably my favorite piece here if I can get it on there. That's going to sit right there, so that's going to need some height. I could probably spread them out a little bit too to give us some height. That's going to take a little bit of whittling, I think. Snug. I wonder if that's even for that bike, because it looks like the wheelbase is like it's would have been on something longer, doesn't it? Or am I too far back? Actually, I would say let's see, maybe that bolted right there. Looks about right, right? What do you want to screw with now? The gas tank? Let's go put the rack on it. Should look up a little. There you go. I want to kick the seat back. I'm going to take a post and we'll heat up a post and we'll bend it know if we like that or not. Because I'd like to put the seat like in this area and stretch the front end out a little. Back and lower. I don't know. Might be able to do both. Stay. Gas tank. Let's go see what this thing. Take a bunch of screws. We'll go pop the screws out of there. I'll set that on there, see what it looks like. See if we can set that in there. But that's where our gas tank's going to be. I guess we can probably fit it inside. I think this was a switch for a light. Or possibly a horn. I don't quite remember. I like it. It's kind of shiny compared to the rest of it. I was planning on toning down it, of course the engine, darken the engine all out and all the new chrome that's on it, darken that up. Make it look like it's, been there for 70 years, not 7 days. Yeah, I think that gas tank, where the gas tank would go, is kind of on the shiny side. We may make something for up in there as a standalone tank, maybe out of something else. I do want to put fenders on it. I thought I had a matching set. Not that we can't find a rusty set from those crappy bikes that we grabbed over and dragged over, which would kind of fit the bill. The rack I'm not sure on neither. I'm not sure on any of them. So I think if we put the engine in a position where it can clear that guard, I think we'll be okay. Because we need to, I want to go get the engine on, fire it up and spin it and just make sure we're not going to run any issues. I don't see any, but the whole point of it is trying to see what you don't see, right? I think we're going to call it right there. All right, there. Clean those two spots up. Well, that ought to be a little bit more stable than those little crappy clamps, huh? Let's get rid of that one. That one, the one that won't work. Piece of crap. Yeah. On there. Come on. You can do it. Looks like we clear everything pretty good. Got about 3/8 there. Got about a 1/4 to an 1/8 by the tire. But I think the tire could actually kind of go that way, a hair. But we'll leave it alone for now. And both chains have a decent tension on it. That one's good enough. And that one's good enough. This one could probably go a little bit tighter, but again, I'm at the full extent of being all the way back. So I think a new chain will suffice. I got more room to go forward, so if I have to go fudge the back tire a little bit, I can. Want to put gas in it? How about a little manual test first? Wouldn't exactly say those teeth are the smoothest of cuts. I think it's pretty level. I just think that sprocket is a tad on the sharp. The leading edge part of it doesn't really have a leading edge. It's kind of squared off. Let's go pop this cover off real quick. I want to go take a look inside here and see if there's what it has, either belt or chain, or I have a feeling that is probably under-lubed. Not good being under-lubed. It causes heat and friction. Little baby chain. Isn't that cute? Bet you that puppy goes whipping around there pretty good, huh? I'm gonna go add a little bit extra lube. Never hurts, right? It gets messy. That ought to make a mess in there, huh? I'll lube the other chain when we're done. Later on, I don't want to have to deal around grease for now, but we'll do, when that's all together, we'll lube both of them up. I say we go for no muffler, just because. Let's go see if gas comes out the other end. Should maintain a level eventually. I think we got it. Good needle and seat. I guess coming out of it. Wedge that in a nice safe spot. Throttle, we have no throttle to it, but it's on idle. Choke, I don't know which way is choke. So we'll try one way. Choke on. That's choke on. See what we get? Let's go fire it up with the little factory muffler on it and see what that one sounds like. What was that? Turn down that idle a little bit. Let's see how it will thump. Well, I had it right down, which is nice. I'm not gonna run it like that, but I kind of like to see how they do. We got an air fuel mix there too. Let's go till it dies. Red line on this thing is 8,500 RPM. Right about there's our breaking point. Doesn't sound bad. Again, I'm gonna make my own exhaust up anyway, but just want to hear what it would sound like. See if I'll start back up that idle. A little clanky internally. Probably wouldn't hurt adjusting the valves. Being like inside the muffler or something maybe. Or the bench. It's on the bench. Alright, good. I like getting the drivetrain figured out first. That's, most important part is getting power to the back tires and getting the pedal power to the back tire. Then everything else we can kind of make up on our own. I think it's a good start. We can start modifying it from there. Again, it's the first one I've really ever done. I usually take like old lawnmower engines and that kind of stuff and build them out of that stuff from the 50s and 60s was my preference. But I always wanted to go try one of these and see how they are. And also what's good about these is that this will be totally street legal in my area. It's max 50 cc's. The bike still has to be able to pedal. And it's not supposed to be able to do over 20 miles an hour. We'll fudge that one, I guess. We'll see how fast it goes. So I'm happy with where we're leaving off. I think this is a good start for us. The engine seems like it does pretty good. Drives the back tire okay. We have everything as far as the drivetrain is concerned. That's where I kind of like to start. I like to make it so that I have power to the back tire and all the ratios and everything seem to be fairly decent to work with. Then we get to have fun and start modifying and doing our own creative little touches afterward. That's where we start getting interesting. I ordered 2 sets of tires. I ordered one, I think it's called tan or cream colored, which is like early motorcycle, early car tire colors. And another one I ordered, I think it's called brick, which I'm hoping is going to come out to be something like the color that is on here. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with, but I got other bikes that need tires anyway. So we'll decide later on whether we go with black, cream, or brick, I guess, once we get it all set up. Well, guys, on this one, I think we're going to go sign off, and we'll continue on the next one or shortly. I promise it'll be the next one. I got other videos I'm working on at the same time, but we'll be back on it shortly. I want to get this one up and running and putting it around. So I got some other stuff to go hunt. The pedals are 9/16, and then old style pedals are 1/2 inch, I think. So the stuff that I have that fits in here is, as far as old school, is not happening. So we may have to modify something to get to fit in there. I don't know if they sell an adapter or not. Find out. Got to get the seat post, the seat, figure out what we're doing for racks, get some fenders, modify the front end, build the gas tank, build the exhaust, and maybe some funky guards and whatever else we feel like doing after that. Handlebars. So, but that's later on. For now, I think we're going to call it. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye. Just 1 pound too many. That's all. Good. What? It's not going to use masking tape or something. And that's what I mean by using old engines and parts.